I want to say each and everyone for attending today's subcommittee meeting, immigration committee meeting, I would say. But this weekend very special for all of us because it is a big holiday for the Muslim people, and most of the members, I'm proud to say, they are immigrant people and they are religiously Islamic people. I would say Imam and the Bakr, who are the member of this committee, they just say personally, I am unable to attend today. So
What's the holiday?
it is called Eid al-Adha. Eid al-Adha. Tomorrow is the big Hajj day in Saudi Arabia. So Saturday and Sunday we will celebrate the Eid day. We will sacrifices the animals, cows, goats in the name of Allah and distributed the meat to the poor people. And happiness and prosperity share with your neighbors, with your relatives, with your friends and families. That's how the faith moves us in this thing. So that's why I want to say in advance, Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Oh,
This is
Eid.
it.
Yeah, very good.
I
Yeah.
Eid
So
Mubarak.
Eid is twice a year.
Yeah, it's twice a year. One month for Ramadan,
Celebration of it, yes.
and then second one, Eid al-Azha. You sacrifice, you like cows, goats, animals, whatever, in the name of Allah. That's going to give you enormous peace after the end. Like that's what we believe. Anyway, this is the religious things. But today, on behalf of our immigration committee, I would say thank you to the district manager, and it is my privilege to share that since I became the chair of this committee, my chairman, my committee board chair, Alisa, was on the next to my right hand. And this is not the first time. She always attend our immigration subcommittee meeting. That gives me the enormous strength to move forward, leading the community, engage with the community and my people. Thank you, Alisa. That kind of support on this thing. And in regards to that, I would say district manager. District manager is always to try to connect the resources from the city and the borough office and the community. That kinds of things. It is not an easy job. He had to lead a lots of committee. But the work, the dedication, he has his team. That kind of thing we need to appreciate. That is the thing. That's help the people to move forward. If you not appreciate the other people, sometimes they lost track. I did this thing, something, but this is not what I am trying. But I want to say thank you, Mr. District Manager. Thank you, Madam Chair, and also the Steven. This is the other thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
At the same
Thank
time,
you for the reminders and text you sent
thank you,
us.
Prana. At the same time, my members who are always pushing me, hey, what will be the agenda? How are we going to move forward? How are we going to be in the community? That is why last two meetings, there was enormous people in this room. It was packed up. I know, I feel bad that today we don't have that much attendance, but we do have quorum. We do have quorum. Anyway, the resources we have from the city and the board, we're going to give the resources to the community. That is the benefit we want to bring the community in our district, in our board. Thank you for the support. So right now, I would say our secretary, Madam Fortis, would say some few words regarding our activities. What are going to be planned for the next time, next meeting, and if you have something new, you can also discuss. Floor is for you.
Okay, thank you very much. Very short and brief. All I'm going to say is that I thought the past meeting with the mayor's office, when they came and gave out resources and information, and this room got full of the people who were able to get a photo for themselves, I thought that was great. Okay, and I think for the future, we're going to move on from there. I would say that the main purpose is to try and get, especially the migrant community, as much information of resources that are available to them. Even I know Gandhi came here and he was here too, and they gave him good advice, even on the local level. So I thought that was great. So thank you very much, Muhammad, for bringing them, and thank you very much for the collaboration. Thank you, District Manager, for the collaboration we made with the Mayor's office. That was wonderful to bring them that resources, and that was a whole folder that we were able to give out to them. So I thought that was great. We had it in each language. There were Spanish translators, there were French translators here. So I thought that was the main thing, that even the translation was on point, and I thought that was great. And that's all I have to say really about that.
Thank you, Madam
Okay.
Ortiz. I highly appreciate your time. I would take the opportunity today. It is not that many people, but we want to recognize, we want to acknowledge the people. They are working behind the community buildings, and they always support the board, also criticize the board. This way, we can be in the same cause. So I would highly request. I forget. Can you introduce yourself and from the Mount Haven newspaper? This is the only newspaper in our South Bronx, and it is a good tracking route. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Benedicta Muselli, and yeah, I work for the Mount Haven Herald and also the Huntsville Express. Thank you.
Thank you for your presence.
Thank you.
Ms. Turner, this is your floor. And please move on, and if you have to say something to the committee, this is yours.
Hello, I'm Chris. I don't really have anything to say. I came to observe the committee, and it seems like y'all are doing a lot of things. Yes, thank you for that.
Thank you, Madam Turner. This time, before I move on with the Madam Chair, I would say, Honorable District Manager, this is your floor. Please move on.
And so I'll be very brief. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I just want to say that this has been an exciting term with this under this new leadership of the community board. This community board is one of the first in many community boards in the Bronx to work on various different progressive issues, especially like immigration, LGBTQIA, and other issues as it relates to the needs of our new arrivals and our constituents who live in the district. We're one of the largest Bronx constituency, over 100,000 constituents that we serve and represent, and that does not include people who come for recreation or work here all the time. And the ideas that or the progressivism that has come from these committees has been remarkable. And there's a lot of humming happening around the Bronx and the South Bronx, and that the Bronx is working, is vibrant, is booming, it is buzzing, it is progressive, it is leading in a lot of different ways. We still have a lot of more work to do. So as we recess for the 2 months in the summer, this board office will still be open, energetic and doing great things, but it will give us a lot of time for us to plan going forward about what our committees will be working on and focusing on. I would love to see this board or this committee, especially as the migrant issue continues to evolve, that we work on looking, advising, and speaking more out on the policies that come out from the administration on how the mayor and other folks are treating our new arrivals. We want to make sure that they understand that they are those who want to be productive members of society. We want to support them and provide them with the resources. So I thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank you, Chairperson Aliato, for making sure that we are staying focused and mindful of that this community board is not only a resource, but it's a force in this community and the borough to be reckoned with as the board or as the community continues to emerge and change and things are happening, and that folks see us as a stopping post as we continue to do the great work that is happening here in the Bronx. So thank you, Mr. Chairman, for giving me the time to speak, and thank you, Chairperson Aliato, for your leadership here at the board.
Thank you, District Manager. I appreciate you. That's a start. The other thing I want to mention, I know today we don't have that many presents, but before I move on, one thing I want to mention, that the new leadership, under the leadership of Clarissa, wants to make a difference in the community, in our districts. So from borough office to mayor office to CB1, that is how she's like contributing as much as she can. So we want to hear from you. We had a vision, and we like to make a implementation of those visions, especially the migrant community. Now I'm asking Honorable Clarissa to move on to the first speech.
Oh, thank you, and Mr. Sheik, you've been doing an amazing job chairing your committee, and we are grateful for that. I think the immigration committee is one that's really important to me. My parents were immigrants from Cuba, and of course, knowing that resources, they came here because it's the land of opportunity, and one of the things that is really big on my mind is how do we know what's happening and how do we change the rhetoric around the migrants, right? We hear like, they need to go back, it's too much, build a wall, stop them from coming. But we know that people are coming here for opportunity. Or just to get for safety, right? Like there's so many reasons why people leave. Nobody ever wants to leave their country. Let's talk about that. And I think there's so many, there's a misconception of why people leave their country, right? Even when you talk about people who leave Puerto Rico and they come here for opportunity or they come here, nobody wants to leave. After Maria, my wife came here, she became a teacher here, but also like, why did she have to leave Puerto Rico, right? Because the resources weren't there. It just wasn't. So there's a lot of things that happen, in my opinion, of why people leave their countries. I believe nobody really wants to leave their country, right? My parents came here, they didn't know the language, they didn't have anybody here. And so it's a really scary thing when you come. And so I want our community board to be a place of safety, a place where the migrant community can feel comfortable to come and get what they need, whether it's clothing, whether it's resources, whether it's an ID. And so I think for the month of July and August, what we should do is think about how do we create a space or a resource fair for the migrant community. That means that we'll have to reach out to the Mercy Center, to MASA, the Mexican Coalition, to SECU, the African organization, to figure out, one, what does MASA, Mercy, and the Mexican Coalition, what do they have to offer? And then how do we engage and how do we bring the mayor's office and how do we bring the other city agencies to provide the resources for these organizations? And this should be the space, right? I think we want to make sure that like our community board is visible. When people walk by, they know, we got a lot of work to do. They know to stop it. And so I think we're just starting, right? We're 7 months in, and we're way on our way. This is our last meeting as we close the session, and I think that we'll get there. We'll get there. But also, like, we got to move quick. And so I think taking this summer, while we don't have any meetings, taking this summer to really think about, Chairperson, what your vision is, for the migrant community, right, or the Muslim community. What is it? What is the need, right? And how can the community board be of service to whatever need there is in the migrant community? So that's all I have. I think what we've done in the past with the mayor's office has been extraordinary, but I also want to expand it, not just to the African Coalition, but to all of the migrants who are here. And so we'll be way on our way. So thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is a privilege to work with you because you the one had a vision and you say, this is people's house.
Yeah.
And you want to make it. And the other part of this I want to mention, even anybody in the community, make a phone call to the community board one, somebody, hey, yes, community board, how can I help you? That kind of attitude we bring here.
Yeah.
And that should be appreciated. And behind this being,
Yeah.
under your leadership, who are dedicated, we want to say thank you for catching opportunity. Before the community board, people don't want to come. They want to come. Even food disaster. There's a lot of volunteers want to volunteer.
Yeah.
That kind of attitude we want to change in community district one. Anyway, thank you for the
Thank
opportunity that we are working everybody with the same boat moving forward.
Yes.
The other part, today, since I do not have anything to ask, any old businesses that we can put here? Do we have any new businesses we can put? If it's not, district manager, I want to make a motion to adjourn today immigration committees.
I, Clarissa Hayet, will make a motion to adjourn. We need a second.
So I second it.
Okay.
I'm the only one that's gonna second.
All right, meeting adjourned, and this is the end of this immigration
All in
committee
favor,
meeting.
say aye. Aye.
Thank you all.
Aye.
Thank you.
No
Thank you very
abstentions, no discussion. All right, we're good.
We're good.
That was record breaking.
That was great.
Yeah, Yeah, it is.